The Crimson Tide knock off Utah State 55-0 in a game that might not even have been that close. What more is there to say? Utah State, to be fair, a lot of people are going to write this game off and go, it was just Utah State, whatever. Utah State won 10 games last year. They were a really good team, and they returned a quarterback. It just overmatched from the get-go. I mean, the only time they even looked in it was they held Alabama to a field goal on the first drive of the game. And then after that, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. And then the backups were in, and it didn't matter. Will Anderson for Heisman. He didn't have any sacks tonight, but he did have 4 tackles for a loss. He's just – man, it's hard to fathom into words. Like, Aiden Hutchinson had an incredible year last year for Michigan. Will Anderson deserved to be in New York. That dude. Anyway, so Bryce Young, his return to his Heisman follow-up, looked solid tonight. He didn't have to do a whole heck of a lot. 18 for 28, 5 touchdowns, but only 195 yards. What was actually really impressive about Bryce Young tonight was he used his legs. He last year, if any of you were here last year when we did these, I was hammering it home like he needs to use his legs more. He, especially when things started to break down, there were times where he would wait too long to make a play, and play would blow up. It'd be an incomplete pass when he very easily could have gotten 8-9 yards. Doesn't need to be explosive runs like they were tonight, 5 carries for 100 yards. But just the ability to pick up a first down, it makes Alabama that much more dangerous. Receiving core looked good tonight. Again, the passing game, it's hard to talk about this game because everything went right for Alabama. Defense got a shutout. Offense scored points every drive. Just an impressive showing before they head to Texas next week. And I just got the alert on my phone. College Game Day will be there. But the main thing I want to talk about was the running game. Again, last year, if you were here a lot, if you hear something, that's my dog just playing with caps or something. I don't know. Last year with the running game, Brian Robinson is a good running back. He's in the NFL, obviously, and hope to God he gets better. But he wasn't Derrick Henry or Najee Harris or what are you doing? Some of these other guys that we've seen in Alabama over the years. And the running game struggled because of it at times, even in games against like Southern Miss. They were only going for like 4 yards a carry, and there was nothing explosive in the run game. Now, a lot of that's not on Brian Robinson. A lot of that is on the O-line. Just wasn't very good last year. They got it together tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs had this goofy dog had an explosive 58-yard run. Bryce Young had a couple of explosive runs. The running game looked good tonight. The O-line looked much better. Again, it's Utah State, but this team was taking – I keep bringing up the Southern Miss game. They were taking on water against Southern Miss. So to see that – this dog cracks me up – was impressive from them tonight. And then, Utah State, whatever. It's hard to shut out anybody in college football. You can look at any team out there today. I mean, how many teams are playing low-level teams? that didn't get shutouts. And on top of that, they're playing Utah State, who won 11 games last year, finished ranked 24th, and returned their quarterback, who threw for 36 touchdowns, and just hammered them tonight. They hammered them. 2021 Utah State was a really good Mountain West team. They went to Washington State and won. They hung with BYU, who was a really good team last year. They beat up on San Diego State. They beat Oregon State in a bowl game. Obviously not Alabama levels of competition, but they acquitted themselves well against Power 5 teams and BYU, who is going to be Power 5 and basically has been Power 5, kind of like Notre Dame. So it was a good team coming into Bryant-Denny, and Alabama was able to control the clock, control the game, did exactly what they wanted to do. They didn't have to show anything on film. They didn't have to show anything really on defense. Defense was pretty vanilla, and they still managed to get the shutout.